David Lynch has been a big inspiration for me for quite some time now. From Twin Peaks, which is probably my favorite TV show of all time, to Blue Velvet, and even his ultra surreal films like Eraserhead, I've always enjoyed his work. But even beyond being a fan, I think I really admire the way he thinks. As an artist, he has such a distinct style and so much confidence and creativity to put out things that maybe no one will fully understand. One of my favorite quotes from him is, "If you want to catch little fish, you can stay in shallow water. But if you want to catch the big fish, you've got to go deeper." That resonated with me. One, because I need more fish in Animal Crossing, but two, because catching the big fish is what I've been trying to do my whole life. David Lynch equates finding new ideas to going fishing, and I think that's actually a really good analogy and pretty accurate, and it's kind of opened up my mind to thinking of getting new ideas in a different way. And I just kind of wanted to share a little bit of what I've learned from one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. So let's get right to it. So like fishing, you can't force ideas to come, but just like fishing, you do have to go to the pond and you do need to bring bait. You can't catch fish in your house, so you're gonna have to go to a pond and you're gonna have to bring your bait, bring your worms or your other stuff. I don't know, bread, I don't know. I don't fish, I don't know anything about that. Just, we're sticking to ideas here. That's what I know. Anyways, the way that you go to the pond is by expecting an idea. You have to put out into the world and say to yourself that you want a new idea. And so you have to expect one to come. Just like when fishing, you don't go to a pond and just sit there. You have to put out the reel. You have to expect something to come. Now, the way that you put out the bait is by going to places that are ripe for you to get inspiration and bringing utensils for you to write them down. Your pen and your paper are your bait. So when the idea comes, you're ready to catch it and write it down. And that's the next idea that he talks about, is taking notes. Taking notes is so important. You need to take notes on every idea that you have, even the stupid ones, because they might actually lead to something better, or you might be able to incorporate them into something else. So take note of it. Ideas are very fleeting and very precious. How many times have you been sitting somewhere, had an idea, and then got interrupted for like 3 seconds, and then you're like, oh, what was my idea? I forgot. It's gone. Doesn't matter. It's just gone. And you're like, where did that go? You just lost the fish. It's gone up the stream. So you need to be able to take notes of everything that you think of, and don't be afraid to be kind of rude. I'm rude. Maybe I shouldn't tell people to be rude, but it doesn't matter. I don't mind. Like, if I'm talking to someone and I get an idea, I'll be like, hold up 1 second, and I just type out the idea in my notes real quick. And make sure that you write clearly. A lot of times you'll write a note and then it'll make no sense to you later because you didn't write it clearly and you thought that you were super smart, and then your future self is like, what? Why would I think I would understand that? I remember taking a note. I have this one note in my phone. Hold on, I'm gonna bring up the note. I'm gonna show you the note. This is a note that I wrote when I was like, it was like 3 a.m. and I was like, I have to write this idea. And it was, a man goes on Twitter, dances. That's it. That's literally the note. I have no clue what that means. I wish I would have wrote down the story. Maybe it was a good idea. Maybe I was just tired. Maybe I was sleepy. But I do wish that I had written out like way more of the idea, because I remember when I came up with it, I was like, yo, this is fire. But it wasn't. I have no clue what that means at all. The point of me saying that is, make sure that you take notes clearly. Make sure that you fully explain what you're saying, and assume that your future self is gonna be an idiot, so that when you do read it later, you'll be like, oh, okay, I get that. And the final thing that I got from him is meditation. Lynch has for a long time been a big advocate for meditation. And personally, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big meditator. I don't really meditate. But I took it as sort of like finding a place to really reflect on your ideas in a peaceful environment. Now, for me, sitting down and just meditating, it's very difficult for me. So my version of that is like going on a bike ride or on a walk or even on a drive. Those are things where I come up with really good ideas when I go on a walk, when I'm out in nature and I'm going on a walk and I have time to just fully reflect on my ideas. I don't know if any experts would sign off on driving or biking being equal to meditation, so I'm not gonna say that it is. I'm just saying that for me, that's what I took away from it, was put yourself in a space where you can fully reflect on your ideas and fully flesh them out and gain new ones, because when you're just busy all the time, you're not gonna have time to, and then when you're around people all the time, you won't have time to either. You need to sit quietly alone with yourself and be able to come up with ideas and fully think them through. Like I said, I'm not a meditation expert, and these aren't all the things that I learned from David Lynch. I've learned so much from both his films and his talks and his books, and I really recommend that you go check out his Masterclass if you can. It's amazing. So if you're really interested in making films, that is a great person to learn from. And also check out his films. Like I said, Twin Peaks is one of my favorite series of all time, and I love Eraserhead, I love Blue Velvet. I'm really excited for that rumored show he's gonna have on Netflix. I really hope that's good, so check out some of his films. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment below, subscribe please, it really helps whenever you subscribe and like the video, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.